welcome to episode 3 of the Weekly Listens podcast. I'm Dylan,
I'm Jimmy.
and today is a very special episode because we have our first guest. I'd like to introduce actor, educator, fight choreographer, co-founder of APM Films, and hip-hop enthusiast, Jay Connolly.
Oh, hello everyone. Hello. That's crazy. I didn't know I was the first guest. I'm out here. Wow. It's an honor. It's an honor. A privilege and an honor.
It's our honor.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, definitely.
Happy to be here.
So today we're going to go through a couple questions with Jay about this wonderful genre, and then might end it off with a little Rap Jeopardy I made between Jimmy and Jay.
Oh, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
I cannot wait to lose.
You have no idea how much useless knowledge is up here. We'll see what happens. Let's see if it's all the right useless knowledge. There's so much up there, but it's all useful knowledge. It's just it hasn't been used yet. Is where the less part. It's just used less, I guess. Anyway, what's up? Yeah.
Well, let's start off with about your history with rap, like where you started with it, and also if in the early stages of your love of the genre, were there any artists that you like really enjoyed at that time?
Well, I guess they can both kind of tie in. I went. My dad tells it the story the best. Actually, I went from Radio Disney to hip hop. It was just like an immediate transition. Like there isn't a lot of wiggle room. Like I listen to all types of music, and I love all types, but it was a hard transition from 0 to 60 real quick.
Yeah, I went from a cappella to hip hop.
But where'd you go?
I went from 21 Pilots and Imagine Dragons. Basically, like I like to say commercial music. I went from like commercial music to like most opposite end, like SoundCloud rap, but not even like bigger names like Lil Yachty. Like I was in like the dungeons of SoundCloud rap. I don't even know how
the lowest clouds you can get. The lowest cloud
Some
you
storm
can find
clouds.
that makes sound. Right. Just the very, very low hanging. It's almost fog, you could say.
It was like is
fog.
that more than 100 listens? Ew.
Give me that, I need it. It's so interesting hearing the exposure, because like it was such a different time. I kind of like grew up with like the popularity of it. I would say like 99, maybe 2000, around that time. Like it really, like one of the biggest things that kind of just spread it was probably like I think the earliest one, and this is such a simple thing of like Eminem being like just such a big one, but a nickname that I've always got growing up was Jay Bebe, and that's usually because I was actually the youngest one. I've always been like the youngest one in the group of people, and I remember like hearing Eminem at a time that like nobody should have been showing that to me, but that's why it was like Radio Disney to rap real quick. All of a sudden it was just a hard hit, and so then I started discovering that. For a little while you could say like my favorite artist was Eminem, because I thought it was just him, but it was like the rhyme. It was like the cadence, the rhyming of it. I had never heard anything like that before, and it like blew. I just remember being blown away with like the internal, external slant rhyme that he had in like a 3 to 4 bar experience, and you're like, like my whole brain exploded. And then I just started absorbing from there. It went from Eminem to then Dr. Dre, and then Dr. Dre is just such a good influence of music in general. So like once you step out, and I grew up, here's my version of SoundCloud. Mine was LimeWire. So I got, not only did I get access to millions of music, it was also millions of viruses and destroyed many a computer. But like through typing in, like trying to download Eminem music, you get to type in rap, you type in Dr. Dre. So then all of a sudden I would get all of these different hip hop mixes, and then I would find out that he did this or that. And I grew up like the early YouTube era when everybody was just getting music videos up there so you could listen to all of these things. But that was a little bit earlier on. But, you know, or later on, I guess, when the YouTube came out. But really, when I was younger, it came from, like, my friends would give me mixed CDs that they made. My dad would get people to make mixed CDs because he had no idea what was going on with all that. But he had younger coworkers, and they would make mixed CDs. So I would try to, like, figure it out wherever I would go. When I was, my parents must have hated me because any young rapper in Boston, as we would walk through the street, they would trying to hustle a mixtape. You can bet I bought it. My dad was over here like, why would you do that? And then I ended up hearing some great music. But it was like, you know, a earlier time when it was kind of like handed out to you. That was like really that's why it stayed in a little pocket until it could expand more, and now I never would I have thought it was going to be the number one music and like the most influential experience and that you can have in some forms of music. Like we have a Pulitzer Prize winner inside of hip hop, which is amazing, and never would I have ever imagined something like that. So it's really cool to be in this era where you could see be a part of the analog era and like the last of the cassettes, the first of the CDs into LimeWire, SoundCloud, this and that. Like I had SoundCloud, I had DatPiff, apps, anything I could get a mixtape out of, I had that app for a little while too. So I don't know if that answers your question. It's a long-winded one, but
yeah,
I'm sure.
Definitely. I want to pivot really quick. I know that another huge group in your life is Clips.
Oh, yes.
And I just wanted to shout out their new album.
Oh my God.
Really quick. What an amazing project.
I'll never forget where I was when I heard Grinding for the first time. Like, that was a LimeWire download. I remember that happening. I was at my buddy's house, and he's like, dude, you have to listen to this. And I was like, what? And it was like, another moment where your brain just explodes. Like, and Pharrell is just known to do that. But that was like, I won't forget that moment. And then to hear Malice again after 15 years, it's kind of like, and the dude you can tell he never stopped. He got out of the limelight of it, and you know Pusha T's always going to be Pusha T, but to have Malice come back and not only be on par, but you know sometimes you're like, whoa, oh my God, you waited 15 years to say that. I bet, holy God.
Yeah. Oh, his whole verse on the birds don't sing is just absolutely.
Oh yeah, it tugs it. Yeah.
The line, what was it? It was chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone, like that.
Oh my God.
I love my two sons was the code to your phone at the end, when you learned that was actually like the passwords to everything he had. And if you guys will tolerate me, I had a bit of a conspiracy theory about one of Malice's lyrics.
Tell me.
This is news to me. We were just talking about this like yesterday.
The lyric is something along the lines of, I started a career off an OZ. I see these new dudes rap just to OD and stuff. So,
oh, yes.
Like, surface level, like, oh, I started my career off coke raps. Like, that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And, like, I mean, nowadays, we've tragically lost so many rappers with a bunch of potential to overdoses. But this is when I'm like, I don't know if I'm pushing it, but I almost think of it as like, thinking of it as like a talent scale. Like, oh, it only took an ounce of effort for me to like make these amazing works like back in the day. And nowadays, like, these new rappers, they need to put like everything they have into it, and it's still not reaching my level.
Well, not only that, I mean, God, then this is where we were talking before we started recording about like we could talk for 2 hours because like deeper inside of like the aspect of it, it's like Push, Malice at this time, rap was a way out of doing something that they were doing because they needed to survive. These stories ended up being something that could move enough people that you could genuinely, some people were interested, would buy it, would, like people like me would hear clips and then go grind it and go, holy hell, let me get that whole thing, I need that whole album. Where things change now is you can just say things, you can just live a life as a character, and you could OD by overdoing. You can OD by doing too much, and these guys are doing too much, and they're either not made for the street, and the street gets brought to them. They either get left in the street because the industry doesn't want them. They either have no respect in the street, and then nobody wants to buy them. There's so many different layers to it, and like Clips and Malice Clips, Push, and Malice weren't trying to do anything but get out of that position where now you have people that only see the limelight, have only seen and heard these stories, so they're like, I'm gonna play that character too. But there are people in this world that really did certain things to really get out of positions, and I think that's where there's a lot of not only a change in the sound, in the approach, the people, the way music is even made now. It's all byproducts of seeing the glory of a finished product and not wanting to go through certain elements. And I think that there's like so many artists that we've lost due to so much miscommunication and so much trying to be something that they either aren't or being a part of something that they shouldn't. And it's a really interesting back and forth. And that's going to be me off my soapbox right now, just to put it back at a later time.
I just thinking of like rappers that are playing more of a persona. I immediately thought of Lil Tecca, not because he plays like big street guy, but it's just how he constantly acknowledges. He's like,
He's
this
so
is not me. He's like, I got a lovely girlfriend at home. I don't have 5 like side pieces. He's like, I've never held a gun in my life. But I was talking about the GAT in the last song. Like, there's plenty of genius interviews, and I just thought of like, he's like the one person who I've seen is like really transparent about where he is, and he's just like, I do it because it sounds cool, and like my boys also made stuff that sounded like this. But it's like, but he's like, I'm crazy privileged. He's like, I know I'm privileged.
It's just so funny.
I love the one. It was like the he was rapping the lyric. It's like, crush the rock, so I hop to the bids, and then right after he goes, I don't even drive. I don't even know how to drive.
I'm gonna have to check those out because I've never really heard.
Oh
this
my!
dude.
It's so funny listening to Lil Tecca and then hearing him explain
I'll have to
it.
check him out. That's funny because that's like I love the like satirical aspect of like, that's not me. It, like, I'll always, not trying to start a war here, but like, I think Little Dicky saved the XXL 2016 freshman freestyle, and I'll die on that grave simply just because.
That one?
Yeah, the whole group in general, out of all of them, I thought, not in sense of potential, but just to show up. Like, that used to be a thing that you needed to show up and show out. And now it to me, that particular year, I felt like it was like the weakest it had been, except for a guy that actually came and literally, like, his whole rap is basically a dick joke, but at the end of the day, like, he came with bars and respected the experience, where, like, every year, I've been with watching XXL since, like, 2000, I think 10 is the first class that I genuinely remember, but I used to always wait for the freestyles to come out because it was something that you really had to like prepare and bring your A game for.
Mm-hmm. Out of the freestyle with him, Anderson, and Designer, he
Yeah.
definitely saved that one.
And also X. I don't mean to interrupt.
Sorry.
Because I think that I'm also not the best when it comes to what years they were like in the freshman class, but I remember X's stuck with me just because he just did his own shit and it was the most X thing at the like he could do, where he just goes, no, cut the beat, and just started saying like damn near poetry
Yeah.
on it, and I was just like, this is what I like want to expect. It's almost like it might sound weird, but I kind of think of it as like almost WWE in a way, where everyone has a gimmick, everyone has their character, everyone has a way to show themselves. I want to see your personality and whatever through that freestyle if you can.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I'm just such a purist in the sense of like, I genuinely believe in the difference between an MC and a rapper. I don't know if you guys have ever heard KRS-One's line about the difference between the two.
I
don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
so KRS-One has a song. It's a song with. If you've never heard this song, it's a wild song. It's with. It's Kanye West, old Kanye West. First off, it's old Kanye West, and
Crazy in a fun way.
Yeah, like one of the last ones that I can really respect from him. Then there's Rakim and Nas on it as well. And KRS-One, so it's like a huge. It's like a big. I think the only reason I brought up Kanye West first is because I'm pretty sure he's the one that produced it as well. But KRS-One has a quick line in saying that, and this has always stuck with me, is that rappers spit rhymes that are mostly illegal. MCs spit rhymes to uplift they people. And a lot of the times, I think that we've just got stuck as rappers, and like the gimmick as a rapper, is what I hear in like, I think where I'm like, I feel like I'm like, I don't like, it always takes me a little while to get used to new rap because it evolves so deeply. Like, when this is going to sound crazy to y'all, but when Tyler first came out, I was like, not interested. Yonkers came out and I was like, this is stupid. And now I'm like, this man is redefining music. He's changing everything.
Yeah.
And
it's fair. Like, I think I remember there was an interview where he said that Yonkers, he made the beat in like 20 minutes and it was making fun of New York rappers.
That's exactly how I was like, why is he like, what sometimes like that parody lifestyle of like making fun of it's like, that's what I care about. That's what that's, I'll take that East Coast rapper style all day. That KRS-One style MC, that like boom bap, right in your face kind of style. It's just so interesting that the idea of a gimmick can be a part of like rap now. I still have a hard time with that. Because gimmicks in rap have gotten people killed. And I just think, this isn't WWE. And that's like, to me, the biggest difference is that there are people like we're talking about, like Clips, who really had to navigate some real situations versus some kids that are trying to play a gimmick. Chet Hanks, like, what the fuck is this kid on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh my god,
when he first came out, I was like, who said Tom Hanks let... Oh, shit. Who let Tom Hanks kid out the box? God damn it.
And this is also pretty leading into our next question and going to how do you feel about like the current state of what hip hop is becoming and is right now, and do you think there's anyone out right now that I would say isn't like continuing their career, like no Pusha T, like Clips, like not guys that have been performing for a while but are a lot newer that are continuing a more classic sound?
Yeah, well, if we're talking new albums, Tyler just came out with a new album. Like as I don't know if he's even considered the new generation anymore, but he is definitely, in my opinion, somebody who I think is changing what is and isn't hip hop, and he's like flipping back and forth, and it's wild to see. I've never seen somebody experiment so deeply, because every time he comes out with an album, I at least try to put myself to listen to it. And like for a while, it took me a while to get over Yonkers, and then I navigated around it, and then he kind of lost me at like Cherry Blossom because it was just too experimental for me. And now I've gone back, and I'm like, oh, this isn't wild at all. But why did it feel so crazy back then? Yeah, I feel like Tyler's really done a lot with that. Were you gonna say something, Dylan?
I mean, everyone that knows me knows that I could talk about Tyler all day, but I think one thing that is really great about him is that you can tell how much he cares about the artistry of what he does. Because I mean, with this album that just came out, I remember he tweeted out like he was talking about, because some people were like immediately comparing it to Chromacopia, and he like put a tweet out saying like, don't compare these. First of all, you just listened once, spend some time with it. And also like the tweet said something like, this album I was talking about like abortion and my parents getting older and like all of this, and then literally the point of this one is to dance. And like across all his albums, like Jay's dancing right now, I don't know if he's done it yet with this album, but for the past few listens, I think he'll like ask people to tell him, it's like, what are your favorite parts of this album? And like he'll say his favorite parts. So like being an artist that cares about their art and cares about creating a dialogue and a conversation around it, I think is a very unique thing today that I've always really appreciated about it.
Yeah. I also find, because he said it on a couple of occasions where he's like, if the population thinks this certain song or this section of the album or something is like the best, and everyone's like, I really like this is some of the best music, he's always like, he's like, the worst song in the album compared to everyone else's opinion is like my favorite. I love the work I put onto it. Like he himself, like probably unintentional, just because that's his own opinion on his own music that he creates, but he creates conversation just by going like, yeah, my opinion is basically different from everyone else's, and I made it. So then everyone goes, wait, why do you think that way? And then it kind of creates a little, I don't know, spin cycle of ideas bouncing off of each other if the internet doesn't just start pointing fingers and yelling at each other.
Right. There's always, you got to shift around the internet, and that's one of the interesting things about like his artistry is I feel like he surfs the web really, really well. He can he navigates each fan base on like, I hated it, why did you do that to me? I loved it, I keep going, keep doing more, and you're like, some of it is a little borderline like obsessive to me. I was like, let the man, let the song live or die. Just let it be what it's gonna be. You guys don't have to yell at him for making it. Move on.
That's a great point about how he navigates both sides, because like sometimes you'll see where his tweets would be like, oh, thank you for everyone for listening, it's like you changed my life, and then it'd be like, hey, if you hated this song,
go fuck off yourself.
Yeah.
And I've grown to love that about Tyler. Like Tyler, I think, I know he doesn't give one fuck about my opinion, but I think like at the end of the day, he is somebody that is standing up for like artistry and musicians that make hip hop and that are MCs. It has grown to become an MC in my opinion. And that's how I usually weigh what hip hop is. Like I feel like right now there are a lot of rappers, but who I'm trying to like go through my brain outside of Tyler. Like Smino is dope.
Jimmy's a Smino fan.
I just lit up. I've known Smino since like 2016.
20s. Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan.
Oh my God. I will say I can't say I'm like a huge fan that's followed him since. It's kind of died down like after like 2018, but it's him
Yeah,
and then Saba. I came back in like
Saba's great.
2022, 2023 that I was like, "Oh, these guys. How did I forget about these guys?"
Yeah, we just reviewed their his album with No ID, and that was just a really
Okay.
good.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've heard that one, but that was just a very
I don't know. I don't think I have. Oh, it just came out recently, like this past year or a few, like 2 years
Within
ago.
the past year, I want to say.
yeah, it was a
Okay.
couple of months ago, but yeah, it was just it's called like From the Private Collection of Saba and No ID, and like
Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I was looking at which one I got into. I think I really fell for his album was the one. It begins with A, and I can never pronounce it. But I was gonna try to find it, but I was like, oh, there's too much going on. Another person that I really like, just to keep naming out some new guys, Big X the Plug. I'm a big fan of like
Oh,
Southern hip hop. I love this. I love a good Texas sound. He gives me a lot of like old school feeling when I listen to him, so I really enjoy him. I'm trying to think of like people that are still like younger. Like I've kind of fallen off, and I kind of once they've been there's rap got to a point where there were people that were making music for like a year or so, and then they were like one hit wonders in rap, which was really interesting to be a part of. Because it was just an explosion of one hit wonders. So if like they've made it past like 2 years, if they're going into their sophomore album and I hear about it, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll give this person a listen. But I'm trying to think of people off of the top right now that are like that. You know who I also fuck with though? Like Glorilla. There's a lot of female MCs out there that just say some of the best shit that I've ever heard. And
Glorilla is like a guilty
Glorilla
pleasure of mine.
Oh no, there's no
I'm
guilt
clearly
in this one.
missing something.
No guilt here. Oh, you are missing the fuck out.
I like what you know about me. I mean, it does also sample some like older classics, but the
Yeah, they're all. I love that they're all doing that. Like I love Lotto. I think Lotto does great. Megan is awesome too. I'm trying to go through and find some of the other.
Do you know Rico
female MCs
Nasty?
I listen to JT. Rico Nasty's not bad at all. Gloss Up's great. Milano, I think is her name. I never can say words good, none. But I think that's her name. But yeah, those are the most younger, like the new class of things. Honestly, if we're talking double XL freshmen, that kid Ian surprised me with that. That clip got me though. That clickbait got me. I was like, "What is happening? My life is over." And then I heard the whole thing, and I was like, "Damn, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad."
My take on that freestyle is, I think it's a pretty interesting concept in quotes for a verse with the I'm on my blank shit. I do this. I think if it wasn't the whole verse and it rhymes, or if he found like more of like a rhyme scheme rather than like a bunch of random celebrities.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on?
But just slam poetry.
But like the weird one that like you go to and it's like a really really rich college and nobody really has ever been to like a slam poem before and they're just like trying really hard. One of the other people I do want to say that I think are newer in this era that just probably feel older, but they're not new in the same way is like Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, 38 Spesh.
Yes.
Griselda.
All of Griselda.
Oh my God.
Is
Buffalo rap. Buffalo rap. I love it.
It's why. Well, I think they're amazing. Griselda is an amazing group because they have like this wild ability to be from Buffalo, but each of them represent a different New York sound, which I think is really, really interesting. Like West Side Gun reminds me of like Raekwon. Benny gives me like Big Daddy Kane Brooklyn style flow, and then Conway gives me like Harlem, like anything like towards like not like Cameron, but just the way he can flow and move inside his cadence. It feels like Harlem rap to me. It feels like Mace does. It feels like the way he's just able to get inside that pocket it's insane.
The Griselda album.
Yeah, it's untouchable. It's pretty hard.
Some of the greatest rapping and like bouncing off of each other. I think it's Dr. Birds, or it's another song that I can't get right off my head, that I've put onto my good friend Kingsley, who could possibly be joining us on this podcast soon. But nice. I put him onto this, and when Dr. Birds comes on, he was just gobsmacked for 3 minutes. And funny enough, Griselda has become like that artist that when I put people onto them, it's always like, I don't know.
Fly God. And you're like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, once you get into it.
Oh, 100%. It's like, I don't even know. It's like it's a good addiction. You get stuck to it, and then you're like, holy crap, West Side Gun has 20 albums. And you're just just nice. I get to just dig.
This year. No.
Yeah, and it's just nice because it's one of those, that group, that style, that mindset, that feel, that flow is like what it felt like in the early 2000s with everybody having that same... I don't understand melodic rap, and like I have a hard time with it, just because it's not on the same wavelength that I've ever heard. I grew up listening to, KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, and like hearing these like heavy hitting boom bap or crazy multisyllabic faster flows. So like to try to pick a melody and rap over it, it's never really caught my ear. But so like to hear these guys come out when everybody's on a melody blew my mind. That I was like, oh my God, there's some people out here. And then I gotta give Massachusetts love to like Joyner Lucas. I think Joyner is great. I'm just looking through some of that anything. Oh, and also Larry June. I think Larry June's dope. Oh, I don't know if you guys have ever heard Larry June. Larry June.
I can't remember if I've listened to him.
My man loves to go get smoothies and green tea and chill out. So, like, if you're driving around and if you want something that has like an old school 70s, like kind of R&B, like kind of like hit, like cool flow, Larry June is what you want, because he will get you cruising and thinking about, damn, I gotta go find me some green tea and get me a detox smoothie and sit and be with my thoughts for a minute.
Have you listened to Boldy James?
Yes, Boldy James is great.
Oh,
any dude that has something that has like a harder sound like that, if I can hear that on one, if they can, like I heard him off of a Griselda affiliate somehow, whether it be like Stove God or whatever.
Yeah.
So like no, go ahead.
That Boldy James has to have one of the best work ethics of any rapper, because I think he's dropped like 5 or 6 albums this year, and like he drops so much. I haven't listened to much of his catalog, but Manger on McNichols was one of the like most positive first listening experiences I've ever
That's
had.
awesome. I love to hear that.
So I highly recommend that album.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out. I'm trying to see who else. This guy isn't new at all, but I've just been like really in my like MF Doom feels lately.
Yeah.
I've got a Victor Vaughn vinyl getting here tomorrow.
The Vaudeville Villain, like that, the title track is like, there's something about it that makes me just want to go, I'm ready to fight, and also, but I'm like ready to dance fight. I'm like ready to capoeira.
My RA, when we listened to that album, my RA knocked on my door twice in like 20 minutes and being like, yo, what song is this right now?
That's awesome.
And then just the remainder of that week was basically just me, just every like couple of hours I'd be like, oh yeah, you'd probably like this. Oh yeah, you'd probably like this.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
sick.
God.
That's sick. Do you all know who Black Thought is? He's not new at all,
yes.
but if you don't know Black Thought, you need.
I do not.
Holy
Yep.
shit! Let's end this right now so you can go listen. Because dead or alive, he's top 5 in my book, no matter what.
What is it called? Cheat codes.
Yeah,
With
cheat codes.
Danger Mouse. Yep.
Is amazing. Stream of consciousness. I mean, anything he's done with the Roots ever is amazing. But a lot of his, like when the stuff that he does with the Roots, I feel like is like the band collective songs. But when he is just rapping, there is. I mean, have you ever heard the 10-minute Funk Flex freestyle he did?
I've heard of it, and I've heard it is legendary.
It's insane. Like sometimes I listen to it because I just need something on in the background, and like you can be like, hard bar. That's sick, unbelievable. I can't believe somebody could like think of how to put this all together. Oh shit! I gotta go do that. You do your thing. You do your thing. Gee, this guy is still rapping. Holy shit. And it's like he didn't breathe. It's like, I don't know how he
I'm
figured it out.
finished washing the dishes by now.
Yeah, oh my God. Like, I was like, I actually put that on sometimes just to see, like, can I get this done before Black Thought finishes rapping? And a lot of the times I actually can. It's insane. That man,
crazy.
I highly suggest watching that. Like,
That's our homework.
immediately, if you just walk around with it and try to keep up, because you're gonna need to listen 5 or 6, 17, 22 times.
That, not as long, but I have a sort of similar thing of just being like, oh my God, just listening to the song of, I think it's 2 a.m. in Atlanta by like Isaiah Rashad, someone from Griselda that I forget, and like someone else. And it's just like 3 minutes simple, but you're like, oh my God, okay. And then towards the end, there's a bar talking about like him being a maid, and it's like a play on words for like 4 or 5 straight. And you're just like, oh, it might be kind of simple and pretty easy to hear on a first or second listen, but you're just like, that just flowed just simple. I don't know. It's how I listen to like old R&B. I'm like, stuff is simple, but God, it's like perfection almost on how it's like performed.
Yeah. Time and thought was taken to put into creating that moment of what is considered a bar. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. I have a Griselda song that would kind of tie into our next question.
Okay.
I think it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Le Dojiba or something like that by West Side Gun. The outro to Pray for Paris when he goes, he said, had a dude tap dancing on the blow, and then the rest of the song and the outro to the album is like a tap dancer, and the tap dancer is almost approaching it like a verse because he's bringing up all of these flows. And the reason I say it ties into my next question is I mean, being in theater, people generally find it kind of unexpected when you also enjoy rap. Like, I feel like at Endicott, like Jay and I are the only two that are like in it.
Oh my God, Dylan! When I found out that you liked it, I was like, "This might be too good to be true." So I stumbled around it a little bit, and I waited.
I remember one day I left the theater 1 second and I was like, "Yo, you heard that GNX? What's your top 3 GNX so far?"
Yeah. It was like we both had to wait until we could get outside of the room to be like, "Okay, let's talk as human beings for a second.
Finally.
Tell me what you thought about that." You know, man. Oh, sorry. Was there more to the question?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you ever feel that the two art forms have more in common than people would think, or do you think that the genre ever affects like your character or directorial choices? That's the end of the question, but I worded it weirdly.
No. That was a cool question, actually. You know, when I first got into theater and stuff like that, especially when I like went to go get my major, it was like the first time I had been outside of like my realm, and I didn't realize how like different it was, because I kind of fell into theater. Like I didn't fall into hip hop. I grew up with that, so that whatever happens inside of that is just how I exist. I I remember for a long time it used to have to be something I would have to navigate when I would go over friends' houses. Like there was certain music, there was certain, like I would have to change the way I would interact sometimes, and that would be an interesting navigation. And like to be in theater when Hamilton hit was hard, because at one point I had people telling me, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be in here because you don't know anything about show tunes. You have no knowledge of this stuff, but you like rap, so what? There's no thing." And then by the time Hamilton came out and became a large success and made rap more widely acceptable, I'll put it as, I get people who will be like, "Oh my gosh, I heard this line and I thought of you and I thought it was so cool." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's cool. Do you know where that line was inspired by? Do you know where Lynn got that line from? Like that he is paying homage to?" And they're like, "No, I don't care." And I'm like, "Okay." So like people have told me the only hit. Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, my bad." So there are people that are like the only they're the only hip hop that. Oh, awesome. Oh, okay. So the only hip hop that some people care about that I've ever seen has been Hamilton in some aspects of the theater. So, there's some aspects where I think that's been hard. That's hard from a inclusion and diversity factor in some elements. And this is excluding anything Endicott wise. This is truly just in the sense of like theater. It changes. I think if, in my humble opinion, if there's fear of the sound of music, I think that makes it harder for people to feel like they are allowed to belong there, especially if that's music that they grow up in. And it might not, maybe they love show tunes, but maybe everybody in their house does not. So like I just happen to be a guy that found hip hop and grew up with it. My parents didn't give that to me, but they had an open mind and allowed me to listen to the things that I would listen to, as long as I accepted and understood that it was just words. And I think a lot of the times people listen to the words and have a harder time with it. But then if it was on stage, those same words being approached, like there's content in shows that I've been in that people don't want to hear in hip hop in the sound of music, but then they can sit and stomach and watch somebody go through that as, in a play. And that's always been confusing to me. So I don't understand it. I don't know, I know where I, like as a guest in hip hop and just a lover and appreciation of the five elements of the beautiful culture that it is, I think that it's important to embrace all sounds and beings and colors and vibrations and things inside of the theater. And oftentimes I have felt like an outcast. I felt like, you and I probably both felt like we had to, change the way that we interact with people because of the sounds that we listen to. And, it only makes me think of like, if I have to adjust, I can only imagine how other people would have to adjust. And I always try to carry that with me. So in any shape and form, I always try to hopefully represent hip hop in a way that there's a positive spread behind it, that it is understood that I am here as a guest and a lover and appreciation and somebody who is here to provide agency for all inside of this wonderful culture that is hip hop. And I think it's important. Hip hop is important to me because I have seen every person, every color of skin under the sun be able to spit out a rhyme, say something. And I think like if we want that to be a part of theater, then why not include such, a valued prose such as hip hop? And I think we are continuing to move into more interesting and more interesting and more interesting times as we progress. And I think that in the way I have always been lucky enough to see hip hop, and I believe it as such, is that it is a place of unity. One of my favorite absolute songs will always be from Queen Latifah. She has a song called UNITY, Unity, and I think that that's it's a beautiful anthem. I know it's a cry for all, but I think it's an important part to look at, that we can all fit inside that with proper understanding and respect and agency for the culture and what it means. So I think it's been something that I've always wanted to bring in to the theater, as long as it is always well represented and cared for. So that's been my mission ever since I've gotten into theater, one way or another, just trying to create safe agency for all. Because I was working with you, Dylan. I'm sure that you have seen me speak with you one way and have to navigate and go speak to somebody else in a completely different way and try to figure out stadium country sometimes. That's something that I have to try to make I'm like, yeah, they do sound different. All of them. Every single one of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember in Great Comet one day, you gave me a note in preparations. You're like, oh, you should have Dolokhov come in just feeling the instrumental more. And I mean, you could tell that to anybody, but I feel like we almost had a more unique understanding of it, because it's at home, if I'm listening to a hard beat, I'm gonna
I'm trying to fit inside that little pocket. Yeah. And that's, that was what you needed to hear in that moment, was that there was so much focus on the technique that there wasn't just focus on the element of fitting in that pocket like I knew you could. And then I think once you started to just realize, oh, this is just a so I just gotta fit right inside of here, and when I do that, I'm gonna be able to find the rhythm as I go. So here I am, and I never forgot it, because it's just one of those moments where I was like, yeah, you got it right there. Some days it was a little over here, some days it was a little over here, but you were right in that pocket the whole time, and it was really cool to see you find it. And I think I only felt like I could give that note to you, and I wouldn't have given it to TJ that way, because TJ and I haven't bonded over the same type of music like that. And but you and I knew that if I said find that instrumental, and pretend this is that moment where you're rapping in front of the mirror and your palms are sweaty and your knees weak and your arms are heavy and you got nobody's vomit is on the sweater already, but you gotta figure it out. So yeah, it was just one of those cool moments where you and I could have a moment where we understood that beautiful culture that I'm talking about. You understood what I meant, because you've seen and appreciate how other people have been able to find themselves in a pocket over a beat. And that's literally all you were trying to do. So I never really thought about that. I was bringing that in, but yeah, I guess that might be a little bit of my teaching style in a sense. Because if you don't think that I'm listening to hip hop through the campus and on my way to the parking garage and then on my way out of the parking garage, it doesn't really change. I sometimes I go, ooh, I'm not a student. I should turn this down. If anybody does see me, I just don't want to be the loudest thing through campus right now. Let me just, because I like my Southern rap, man. I like my shit to knock, and I put the bass all the way up so I can hear me coming. Oh, yeah. Just one of those things. But ultimately, I do think my final thoughts on theater and hip hop is, as long as it is done and approached from a reasonable and appreciative understanding, it can happen, but it has to happen through understanding and knowledge and want to be able to be a guest. I think oftentimes people are trying to assert themselves inside of it, but I think being a part of being a guest is like, you know, you have your manners, you learn the things about, you ask if you can take a seat, you know, you're not just running into somebody's fridge when they invite you over, and you're not opening everything up, and you're not pulling all the silverware out the drawer because you need to find like the butter knife or something like that, you know. You ask nicely, hey, you got a butter knife that I could use? I'm just trying to spread the cream cheese on the bake. No, it's not my time yet. That's cool. I'll just rip it off and then I'll scoop it out. You know, you just have to be able to adapt. And I think like there's moments like that I think we have to be able to put ourselves in the back seat in certain elements and bring other elements to the forefront. I'm trying to be as equitable as I can on that one because I could really get going, but that's for the uncut, the after dark yelling, ranting, and talking about society. But anyway.
Oh yeah. And going into our last question, something that stuck out to me when you were saying spread hip hop. What are some ways that you would do that? And I know that kind of sounds pretty broad, but I guess an example or two. So yeah, and after this could be included in that would be like, are there any specific artists or albums of any time that could be like, if you need to get into hip hop, if you don't like it, if you haven't heard it, this is like a number one. If it's not a number one, you got to listen to it soon.
All right, boys. Here's a radical opinion for you.
Ooh.
I don't know. So literally, I just have, like, these are just, like, posters that I have on my wall that, like, literally I was, like, moving around. I was cleaning earlier today, and, like, if you don't know, this is Public Enemy. I think this is, it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. And then the Brogdon Hall, there was this was, like, one of Biggie's, like, real first come outs and stuff like that. So it was just like a moment in time. Like it was like a down south when he was touring and stuff like that. It was like back in the day. It was back in '96. So like, me personally, all I'm trying to say is like I'm inspired by the old school stuff. I have more old school memorized than anything else, and in my opinion, to be a part of hip hop, if you or to spread hip hop, I would say start with the early stuff. Stuff now is, in my opinion, a little saturated and really hard to get invested in. If you can't find something from the early 70s into the 80s, into the 90s, into the 2000s, into the 2010s, into this 2020s era that we're halfway through, if you can't find something else that you like in that earlier stuff, there probably isn't a lot of need to go back and listen to here. Like, there's so much that is being sampled from the 90s, but I don't think a lot of people are going back and listening to the song that is being sampled from the 90s, and that's when the golden age was. And I think that there's a lot of people that are like, I know the golden age because I listened to like the heavy three, or like the top five. I always feel like it's like Tupac, Biggie, Nas. I heard Eminem, and I listen to Outkast because I like Hey Ya or Miss Jackson. You know, so you get like the five top big radio ones, and then you don't really get much else. But like, we don't have enough time, but if I need to do an entire eras, like, you know, if we do a part 2, I'll ask if my brother can come on, and then we'll just talk back and forth. But like, my brother and I, when we just talk, we'll just talk and see if we've updated our top fives from 1980. Just to see if we're feeling like we found any new group. I'm still discovering new groups from the 80s that I've never heard before, that are like important because somebody else heard them, which inspired somebody else to do this, which is, it's all a huge web. And I feel like because of the internet, there's been so much focus on who's making internet music that there was like a whole 40, 30 years before that is out on vinyl and on cassette and on tape that like has not been heard yet. And I think that that's a really important factor for me to be invested in. Like, if you don't have a Run DMC favorite, you should probably get one. If you don't have a Beastie Boys favorite, you should probably get one. If you don't know who Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. If you don't know any, I'm going back even further now. Of like, if you don't know any Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, if you don't have I'm gonna say more Zulu Nation stuff than I will Africa Bambaataa because of who Africa Bambaataa ended up becoming. But like, there's a lot of intricacies like ultramagnetic MCs that I think need to be talked about because they're a style that was just so far ahead of its time. They're out of control at this point. EPMD, if you don't know who they are, you need to get an idea on that. What?
I have like maybe half credit because I know the song on Nas's King's Disease 2 is like EPMD.
EPMD 2, right.
I don't know if I get any points for that. But...
Yeah, I mean, that's close. That's close enough.
I'm sitting back trying to write it down now because I'm like, oh, okay. This is stuff I'm not.
Yeah, like if you don't have any like old LL Cool J, Public Enemy again, De La Soul, but I know that they were a big thing because recently their rights just got released. And here's a real one now. This is something that I'm very, very serious about. If you don't have any DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Now, I say that because DJ Jazzy Jeff was the world. He is considered at that time, like when they were the DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, he was considered the world's greatest, which at that time was like, he was the world's greatest DJ. There was nobody in the world that could beat him. He was the guy. So in the 80s, they were like, yes, they were clean in a sense, but like the rhyme scheme, the imagery, the development, if you go past any song that made it commercially big, like my favorite hip hop song is called Brand New Funk. And it's like, it's new, it's out of the ordinary, it's rather extraordinary. So you'll grab this commentary, a literary genius and a superior beat creator have come together, and we made a musical composition which we think is the remedy to cure all the dance floors that's empty. You want to dance? We got what you want. Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince busting out with the brand new funk, and like it's just cut up crazy, and like them two back and forth is hip hop in my opinion. And then my last one, because if you want to get West Coast and gangster real quick, I think Ice-T is very important to know from back in the day. They're like 6 a.m, police at my door. Or Colors from him. I think NWA is always important. You got Razcast, Corrupt. Oh, God, I don't know. What was the question again?
I think you answered it.
Yeah, I think you answered it and got extra credit and everything.
And that was just some of the 80s guys that I think like are important to listen to, that are like guys that defined the culture back then. And then like there are groups even from the 70s that like weren't like, because it really started in like you get the Sugar Hill Gang, but I don't think the Sugar Hill Gang like encapsizes it. I think to find out really where it starts, it's like you could look at like looking at someone like Grandmaster Caz is an amazing, because he's just a lyricist throughout the years and has written for so many different people that he is just a dude that has lived through 50 years of hip hop. He's just crazy. If you haven't seen it, check out the documentary The Art of Rap from Something from Nothing. And it was produced by Ice-T, and he goes through like the early eras all the way through like what would be considered now. Not like, it's like right before the Luls came into play. The Lul era.
If I could add one thing, you mentioned, what was it? How much of modern rap is like, or how much modern rap samples older rap.
Right.
And I would say, I mean, from a more modern perspective, if there's a reason to get into hip hop, it's for the art of sampling. I truly think, I mean, hip hop does it the most. And I think sampling is one of the greatest contributions to music we've had, because the amount of amazing music that I've found in the years I've been listening to this, just from finding the songs that these songs I already like sampled. It cannot be understated.
Absolutely, and that's like one of the things I loved about like someone like Dr. Dre is he got his samples are the stuff that got me into like the old school 70s soul and R&B music, and then all of a sudden I'm just driving along, I'm listening to it, and then all of a sudden I'm like and I pull over and I'm like, Dr. Dre sampled this and I have to like figure out the whole thing. And that used to be like, you know, way back on the Instagram days, I used to talk about like, because I felt like I was a misfit in hip hop, I was like, I'm embracing this kind of thing. I'm talking about it. I don't care who knows it. I used to talk about like a lot of different samples and like what hip hop was doing with it. And I think that that's like one of the pure joys of like, nobody showed me 70s R&B and soul, but I was able to discover it through sampling. And I couldn't agree more with you that I think sampling, I would love it. Sometimes there was a big thing back in a few years ago about like giving credit to where credit's due. And sometimes I wish there was more credit on like where the sample came from, so that way you can more easily discover the new music to yourself. Because it's important, I think, to be able to see the roots of where things come from. Like, any soul art. God, I'm trying to think of people I wanted to mention, like Curtis Mayfield, Al Green, and there's plenty more where that came from if you start your Google searches now. But yeah, I think that it's sampling, but digging through the crates, is the important thing. I think that hip hop should never give up digging through the crates, and enjoying where it came from. And like, I think it's really important to make sure that you go through those steps to be able to appreciate the music as a whole, because it's not only 50 plus years of just the genre known as hip hop. It goes back to when music was created, because you can make hip hop off of anything. There's a great line, I think it was Grandmaster Caz, that says hip hop didn't invent anything, but it reinvented everything. And I think that that's an important thing to think about, is like hip hop comes from nothing, but it's what you take from the nothing and how you can construct something. Because if it really just comes from Grandmaster Flash, it really just came from him taking the record back and figuring out that scratch, and then figuring out how to I think he called it carouseling, how he would figure out how to take the break and play it on one record and then switch it over to the other record and move from one side of the record to the other. And that's where break dancing came from, is the idea of that you were dancing on a looped break that the DJ was able to create. And then the MC was literally just supposed to, and this is why there's a focus more on being a rapper than an MC, because an MC technically defaults to the DJ in front. So it was that's why it was like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, or DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. But it's switched because the front man, the guy on the mic, has become like a wordsmith, and the words have become valuable. But back in the early days, it was what could your DJ do, and how could you talk over the beat that the DJ was creating to then be able to keep the crowd moving from one side to the other. And that's really where it came from. So then it was like, who's got this, who's got that, who's got this, who's got that, just trying to get people to come up and dance. So I just think it's important to, know these things, and to know that literally it all just comes from being able to bring a break back and forth and sampling a break just to dance. Like, that's crazy to me, is that it literally, dance was created off of a break of sampling a song, like you just said. Sorry, I just went on that tangent, but like literally, like that was, it's the same type of break. It's so crazy. I never really thought about that. And then Dapper Dan to like break through clothes to then change and create more clothes and stuff like that. Such a street style. He was literally breaking through ideas of Gucci and putting it into like modern day street clothes, which is why would people wear Gucci belts now? Fucking dapper Dan, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. And I just had one little thing to build on top, like the samples. And I like artists, or small examples, like MF Doom does it a lot when he's going back to like 60s superheroes and like the corny voice acting.
Yeah.
I love it because I personally am a fan of that stuff.
Absolutely.
And I would go on, like, I love like 90s shows, like Marvel superheroes, DC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I love hearing that audio and being like, wait, that's like Fantastic Four. That's that awful Fantastic Four show.
Whoa, hold up now, bro. I wouldn't say that that's awful now. Let's, you don't want to...
It's rival quality of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
You watch your mouth. You're stepping on some territory that you don't want to step on there. But we'll have to talk about comics and stuff another. I literally work at a comic book store, so like we'll talk about that another day.
Oh man!
But I feel you on that. I hold those MF Doom samples very close to my heart.
And like Mad Villainy, I believe, like all of the commentary on that was like a 60s documentary on like villains. So like at the intros of the song is like the villain took on many forms, and it's like they're talking about so many like villains throughout history, but they're
in Doomsday is all like action comic books.
I love in Vaudeville Villain when he's like, "You help me, ha 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 ha," and then it goes into my favorite song, and I was like, yeah. This man's sick. He's a fucking cool guy. He's a cool guy. So I love sampling in that way of like, I guess what I was talking about earlier, not in a gimmick way, but in a personality and seeing what the artist,
what his interests are. Mm-hmm. And that's why I like Tyler as well, but also Ski Mask in a way, because he has included Slipknot samples.
Yeah.
And that's my like other big genre of music that I have glued myself to is metal. So when one of my buddies showed me that song years ago, I forget the name. I think it's Off the Wall. And I was like, this is sick. This is sick. And I just love, because I feel like I'm about to go on a tangent, but I feel like metal and hip hop are some of the most misunderstood genres in the personalities behind them. Because one thing is like, I don't know what it is for hip hop, but I know like metal is kind of like big looking scary guys that you're like, oh god, that wearing that crazy ass, the shirt can barely be readable because of how the font is of whatever band they like.
But then somehow like, all y'all can read that font. I don't understand how you guys do it.
It's that, and it's also being like, yo, dude, do you need help for anything? Like, biggest thing in like the pit is like, yo, if he's down, you pick him up, check him. If he's still good, fucking keep enjoying whatever.
What's funny, I was like, I had a bunch of friends that were into stuff like hardcore music, or like, I remember going to Warped Tour one year, and I was just like the one dude on the outside, like, they were all like, yo, you want to hit the mosh pit, Jay? And I was like, nah, this is too crazy. I'm just gonna, let me just hold this stuff. Like, y'all, nah, I'm good. I was like, I didn't come here to get punched in the face right now.
my first hardcore punk show I went to was in February. And
snap.
And I still have deep scratches on these glasses because some guy like climbed on top of me stage diving. So like, I fucking love it. I was sweaty and I was like, I guess my glasses are gone, but I was like, god damn, that was sick.
Yeah, I've only done it once, but I'm actually kind of a fan of the mosh pits. I was in the pit at the JPEG Mafia Danny Brown tour, and that one in the Roadrunner in Boston, there was a pit.
Oh, and yeah.
The pre-show playlist was insane. Like, it was that, I forget what it's called, but it's like oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. Like, that song was playing, and then like 10 minutes later, we're moshing to the Pokemon theme song, and this is before the concerts even started, and like, I mean, You become a different person in the pit, and then it's almost like a vacation, where you go and it's like, okay, I'm gonna let this out, and now I can go back to being a normal person until the next JPEG Mafia concert.
Until the next JPEG Mafia concert.
That's only JPEG.
Only JPEG
Only, yeah.
Mafia.
No other artist on earth.
You're gonna go to a metal concert and just stand there, Stonewall,
Hands
in the middle
pockets.
of it.
Yeah.
And
People are
nobody's gonna
bouncing
move
off
you.
me. It's like pinball.
That's amazing.
You sit straight up. You're just a barrier. People just face plant off of you while trying to get out of the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing. I've never I've been to a Wu-Tang concert and I've never seen Wu-Tang be like, let's open up the pit, fellas. Like, that's just not. You guys enjoy that. I will definitely watch you guys get punched in the face, though. I'm definitely down for that. I'm the guy that's like,
yeah.
I'll hold your drinks. No worries. You guys go have fun. See you later.
I was just at the Tyler the Creator concert, and
Jesus.
they had a pit, and the way first of all, the set was so cool. So we had like a main stage, and then there was another stage in the middle of the pit, and in the middle of the concert, like a bridge comes down so we can walk across. So there would be times where he's performing like on top of people.
What?
And I've seen so many clips of like people recording from the mosh pit. It's like everybody's laid down and like they're pretending to like row boats, and then like Tyler's trying to like perform it, and he's like, what is going on down there? But like
I feel like Tyler's fans are always crazy at his concerts. Like
Yeah.
he's always like at least once. At least every tour he's done in the past 4 or 5 years, there's been at least like one occasion that he's been like, what are you guys doing?
At the concert I was at, he was like, guys, I said this at the last show, but Boston's got to be the whitest city in the world, dude. Like, and then he like 20 minutes later, he goes, shout out to the 16 black people here. And then like,
And how are we supposed to make theater more equitable for people? What the?
wait, what else? Oh, he like stretched at one point, and then everyone cheered. He's like, are you guys cheering for me stretching? It's like, oh, I expect nothing less from racist ass Boston.
Damn it! Damn it! That's the whole reason why none of my heroes came here. Do you know how fucking hard it was growing up and looking and praying every time I would see like an artist release their tour date? You know where we would never go? Boston. Because Boston hated hip hop for a very long time. So fuck that. But anyway.
Do you guys wanna get into Jeopardy?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right, let me share my screen and get my my best host voice. Welcome to Rap Jeopardy. All right. So today, to be honest, I was running out of ideas, so we have 4 categories.
Oh Jesus.
So the 4 categories are That's Wrong, where I will give you a lyric that is factually incorrect, and
Jesus
you will tell me the artist that said it. Then we have We Beefin', which is different beef related questions.
Okay.
Album of the year. These are questions related to the Rap Album of the Year category at the Grammys.
Shit.
And then finally, Who Tweeted This, where I will give you a tweet and you tell me the rapper that tweeted it.
That is the only category I think I have any hope in.
Oh God, this is awesome, and I am so scared. But let's see where this goes.
Jay, do you want to go first?
All right, sure. Let's do who's We Beefin' for 100, please.
All right. This 2024 Kendrick diss spent 22 weeks at number 1 on rap charts, the longest running number 1 in the chart's history.
Oh my God. Now I'm so nervous. I'm not gonna say the right one. What is Not Like Us?
Correct. And you don't have to do the. I decided that the asking it as a question is stupid, so I'm not gonna. So we're not.
Thank God. Thank God.
Right. I think we'll go back and forth. Jimmy, do you want to make?
Go for it, Jimmy.
Let's go with Who Tweeted This 100.
Oh, I also provided the date of the tweet.
Oh,
for context.
Kanye.
Oh, yes. So
Kanye.
for the
I
audio
just need to
listeners-
see mirrors.
Yeah. So I just need a room. I need a room full of mirrors so I could be surrounded by winners, and that was yes, Kanye.
Yes,
was.
Kanye West.
I don't know how I should feel about answering it that quickly, but
No. That again, like I said earlier, this was when he was like fun crazy.
yeah.
That's
My
wrong
life is
for
bald.
100.
That's wrong for 100? Okay.
Yeah.
Wheezy F baby, and the F is for phenomenal. There is no F in the word phenomenal.
I have to say who this artist is?
Yes.
Oh. Who is Lil Wayne?
Yes. Lil Wayne.
I was like, I thought I had to say the factually incorrect.
Oh, no,
Like what was wrong about it, and then
no,
you said
no,
it.
no.
And
Yeah, I
I
was
was
about to be like,
Oh, so yeah, no, it's just the artist. That's my bad.
I love that line though.
you know what? Who tweeted this 200?
Rack it up, baby. Rack it up.
Okay, so this one is really obscure, but there's a certain element that exposes it. Somebody tell at Fortnite to get at me. Hashtag #SuperFlyGod.
West Side Gun?
It is West Side Gun.
Thank God.
I was trying to find tweets and then I went through his Twitter. I'm
Super
like, what?
Fly God? I was like, what the fuck?
Superfly God. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun, dun. I'll just close out the 100 rack, please, with album of the year.
In 2014, this thrift shop rapper controversially won Best Rap Album, beating out
Rap-album.
nominees like Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar and Nothing Was the Same by Drake.
Who is Mac Lamore?
It is Mac Lamar.
Mac Lomo.
We're tied 300 to 300. All right, Jimmy, where you going next?
I'm gonna keep going down the line.
Oh,
Give me who
Oh,
tweeted
God.
this 300.
He's doubling up.
I can't believe my grandmother's making me take out the garbage. I'm rich. Fuck this. I'm going home. I don't need this shit.
From 2010?
From 2010.
Fuck. I have a weird feeling that this is like 50 Cent.
It is 50.
Oh my God! Oh my God! There's no way. I felt that. That felt like a woman's intuition. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. That felt like a woman's intuition. That felt
You're like, that sounds like
just
something
the second
50
I
Cent would
thought of
say.
it, I'm like, that's it.
That's got to be a top 3 moment on this show.
You know how but the only reason I thought of that, I'm like, who were the rappers in 2010
That were
when
rich.
when Twitter's like pretty fucking new,
Right.
and we're actively on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and me and Dylan were talking about this, so unrelated, but 50 Cent calling out Floyd Mayweather to read 1 page of Harry Potter. Like,
If you could read one Harry Potter book,
I'll donate
I will donate $750,000 to your charity of choice.
that feud was awesome. Gotta love 50 Cent. Gotta love 50 Cent. Give me what's wrong for 300. You gotta catch up.
All right. She blow my member like a cello.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I know who this is.
I was like, wait, you can't do that to a cello. What are you talking about? And I realized, oh yeah, factually wrong. You know what? Like, this is something wild that I'm just gonna throw out there. Like, I feel like that's something like Action Bronson would say or something like that.
You know what? That's so true, but unfortunately, this is Lil Yachty.
Lil Daddy.
I fucking knew it! I knew it! I knew it! Oh, my God.
Thank
We're not
God
gonna
he
say-
couldn't take that. Thank God he couldn't take it. I would have
God.
come back.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna subtract points, but so backstory on this. He did a Genius interview, and he was like, I thought a cello is what Squidward played, and then he goes, I know. He goes, I thought it was what Squidward played. That's a flute, and he's still wrong.
That's a clarinet!
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Dude, Wow, I did not know I had
That's
this
crazy.
much rap knowledge.
At
That's
least
great.
for Twitter.
I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
sticking with it.
Oh,
Who
go
tweeted
for
this?
Tweeted it. I won't know any of these.
I support breast cancer. And then
Tyler, the Creator?
wait, it was Kodak Black.
Fuck! What the hell? Kodak
it's-
Black tweeted that?
Yeah, so it's a picture of him sitting in a car with a pink shirt on, and he says, "I support breast cancer." I'm assuming he meant I support breast cancer awareness, unless he's just like a villain that's on the side of breast cancer.
Sounds like something Kodak
I was
Black would be.
thinking. Oh my, yeah, no, that seemed like the most Tyler tweet of all time.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like, I'm here with Esmeralda.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God,
Did you
Esmeralda.
see, she graduated and he was like
There,
this
he was
year.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Esmeralda.
I think I learned that it was his manager's daughter.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, damn.
I thought of Pharrell actually, and then I was gonna be like, is that Kanye? But we already said Kanye because Pharrell's the first dude I ever saw wear a pink polo. Album of the year for 200, please.
All right. In 2025, this rapper became the third woman to win Rap Album of the Year.
Oh, fudge. Was it Megan?
It was Doechii.
Oh shit! Why did I do that to myself? I literally was like,
Ding,
did that
ding.
happen? I literally said to myself, was like, did that happen this year or last year? I could not remember. Stupid Doechii.
I don't even
Stupid
remember
Jay.
hearing about Album of the Year.
The Grammys.
I feel like.
The Grammys are also the weird ones where it's like albums that came out last year are like the 2025. But
That
So, yeah.
good question, because that I suck. Anyway,
hey, it's okay. It's okay.
close that out.
Let
Close
me do That's Wrong for 200.
it out. Ooh,
Right.
switching it up.
Rule nombre uno.
Oh my god.
What the?
Oh,
Nice.
I think I might know this one.
I don't know.
Can I guess for no points though?
Yeah.
Let me know when you give up, Jimmy.
I'm just gonna like Action Bronson.
No. Is it the B.I.G.?
It is the B.I.G.
The second I said
Ten
that.
Crack Commandments.
Yes. Rule nombre uno. And I
Rule
went,
nombre uno.
why does that flow so well? Why do I know that factually wrong line so well? Let's do We Beef in 200. Give it to me.
This artist was dissed so badly by Eminem that he changed genres.
I mean, it was just about every artist that ever beefed with him, but I'll go with MGK, please.
It was MGK.
Lowercase MGK. When he rapped, he was uppercase. Now he's lowercase.
Oh, I forgot to add the period. I'm so sorry.
Ew.
His beard is weird. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
Beard's weird.
Let's do Album of the Year 300.
2004 saw this duo win Rap Album of the Year for a famous double album, beating out 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying and Missy Elliott's Under Construction.
Ooh.
I feel like this is right in front of. God damn it. Duo? Outcast?
It is Outkast.
Yeah.
Thank God.
'Cause
Oh
that's
my
that's
God.
the year Hey Ya came out.
Yeah, no, I'm awful with Outkast's like years that they released. I don't know why. Like
Speak about
there's some artists where I'm just like, when the fuck did they release music?
You did that then? Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm glad.
Jimmy, I was gonna be a little disappointed if you, because we reviewed that album.
I know.
Pretty good.
Like
We beefing for 300, Bob.
I didn't know that's my name. Right.
It might be now.
This 2001 Nas diss track was so destructive that it became a sort of verb for anyone that lost a beef decidedly. Example, this rapper was blanked. And the blank is the song title.
Literally, I was about to start rapping it, and then I was like, I can't say any of these things right now. It's Ether.
It is Ether. Don't call it a comeback.
Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. I will not lose. Yeah. You want to know? Actually, literally, that's a song that is on my like. No matter what, backstage, I have my little warm up things that I do, and Ether is one of those like songs that I need to play for me to be able to go on stage. So, just gets the blood pumping. Get it, Jimmy.
Let's do We Beefin'. It's the one I haven't touched yet. 400, sorry.
During the beef between their two crews, 50 Cent allegedly bought 200 front row seats of this rapper's concert so nobody would be there.
No, I know. I literally was just reminded of this like a couple of days ago. It's gonna kill me if I get this wrong.
R-U-L-E. R-U-L-E.
No, this is awful.
Oh man, I'm trying. I don't know any of his other songs other than that like little moment. Cause I don't like him.
This is brutal because I legit just saw this.
It's a fire concert. He feel that fire fast.
He was a Fire Fest, huh?
Yeah, he was like one of the main contributors. All right.
Oh my god. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw a name out there. Soulja Boy. I don't fucking know.
No. Oh man, it's Ja Rule.
It was Ja Rule.
That's why I said R-U-L-E.
That is like the one I don't know Ja Rule.
Neither do I. I just know that it happened.
Nobody needs to know
know.
Ja Rule. If anybody said to me, Ja Rule's my like third favorite rapper, I'd say I can't talk to you. Anyway, let's go. Let's do That's Wrong for 400.
All right. 38 revolve like the sun round the earth.
That's so dumb, but it probably flows dope.
If you almost like a phone a friend, I could attempt to rap like it. As
Go.
Like
Yes, that's what I need. I need that. Yep.
What?
Yep.
What?
Okay, I can give you one.
I
Jimmy.
needed these.
Okay. Actually, I don't really know the song too well, but I think it's like 38 revolve like the sun round the earth.
That was dope. I'm literally gonna go with the way that you said that. Like, I'm gonna go with West Side Gun.
It was Jay-Z.
What song from Jay-Z?
Let me look that up really quick.
38.
There's
It's
another
hot.
Jay-Z
Some
bar.
like it hot.
That's crazy. I don't know that.
All right.
Damn
Pretty
it, Jay.
close game. And we only got
yeah.
the big hitters.
Oh god. Who tweeted this 500?
Ooh,
Oh shit, I'm out.
not even letting Jay tweet. All right. If you have Flappy Bird on your phone, don't delete it or you can't get it back. In 2014.
No. Oh, oh fuck, 2014.
Would you like to use some form of a hint?
Yeah.
Yes,
give something.
please.
I'll give a flow. I'm like, bitch, you was their man's.
No, my god, I know. No, the name's escaping me. X?
It's X. Oh my god.
Dude,
Jimmy needs to become like a rap Twitter guy, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
No,
Bro. I don't follow. I'm not on Twitter at all. So
it's literally, I got none of that from the hint, or I got all of that from the hint. The second he went, I don't understand my band. I don't know. I just heard the flow and I'm like, wait, that sounds so fucking familiar. What song is that? And then I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm not on Twitter. I've just like seen so many, so like specifically
Tweets.
The 50 Cent ones. Oh,
they're amazing. His troll is unbelievable.
This is also the scariest thing is that Twitter, I think I use maybe an hour every year of it.
I don't know how it's so famous. I don't get it.
I don't know either, but that was a shot in the dark. But half of this shit, like, if you could have put on who tweeted this, or like do quotes later on, and if I see Dagger Dick, young Dagger Dick, that is
Yeah.
Oh, so Jay, quick story for this is that on, I think it was like an interview or just like a random video by X. He's just like talking with, I don't know, some friends, and he goes, "Nah, call me Young Dagger Dick. They know me as Young Dagger Dick," and it's
That's
like
crazy.
the one thing I would fucking quote as like a middle schooler all the time to myself. I'd be like, "Yo, what's up? It's Young Dagger Dick." And around that time with
crazy.
Vine, Noel Miller doing like, "Yo, what's up? It's Skinny Penis."
oh yeah.
Just sorry, whole random ass, just too much time on the internet, but those are so funny. As a middle schooler, where all my humor was just like dick jokes and like fart humor, that was where I was at.
Damn, X gave you all something that I just don't know about. Well, I hope you all.
Yeah, I don't
that.
know. I don't know if you really need to.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
it
required reading.
Fucking.
Okay, well, I'm glad that there's a memory there for you, Jimmy. Let's hit We Beef It for 500.
All right. Name 4 people that dissed Drake in 2024. There are 7 people that I can think of. I'll just say.
Well, I can think of 3 off of. Does Metro Boomin count?
I count Metro Boomin.
Metro, Future, Kendrick, of course, Pusha T.
Did Pusha diss in 2024?
Are we just
I think
talking
it's
about like a
continuous
full-on?
thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
is it like a full-on diss track? You mean like a straight up like had a legitimate diss track to him, or was just like also talking shit?
Yeah, I was thinking
Straight up diss.
like either a diss song or a verse.
We all know Pusha's perpetually hating.
Always perpetually hating shit. 2 others that.
Well, you only need to get 1, but like there's like 7 that I can think of.
4 more.
Or
I
no,
mean,
no,
one
only
more.
4 total. Yeah, you got 1 more.
1 more. Oh no. Am I gonna miss out on this one? I'm trying to think. I can't think that far back because like I've kind of
Would
just
you like a hint?
give me one little tiny like give me a little something.
Oh, I know an option.
I mean, all of them, basically all of them are connected to the future Metro Boomin album.
Travis Scott.
Is that your final answer?
I know that he's also connected to the future album and like. Yeah. Fuck it. What am I gonna lose? Points? Let's go for it.
Unfortunately, I don't think Travis Scott did. So, you got those. The Weeknd,
Oh, yep.
A$AP
Rocky. You know
Rick
what?
Ross, and then I forgot that Kanye did the Like That remix. Do you remember that?
He did do
Yo,
that.
Don, I got you.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest, sometimes I get I know they're totally different, but I get the A$AP Rocky and Travis Scott confused sometimes, and I know that that's probably like really bad on like the idea of it. It's just one of those things where like both of them make such a different style of hip hop than I'm used to that it's like a throwaway.
I forgot Rick Ross.
Yeah, he came in
No,
on
he
that.
was the
Damn.
one. He started the white boy thing.
Yep, he did.
BBL.
Oh.
He started the
BBL Drizzy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was kind
BBL
of he was kind of
Drizzy.
a pioneer.
Damn, I can't believe I forgot Rick Ross did that. Yeah.
I gave you
The three.
3/4
Thank
credit.
you. Thank you.
All right, Jimmy, where you going next?
Album of the year 400.
This rapper has won Rap Album of the Year a staggering 6 times in their career spanning 4 decades. Now that I think about it, maybe it should be a 400 question, but we're not professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's only a few people.
over 4 decades?
Not like full,
my
not
God.
like full decades.
No, I know. Could you give me a hint in years? Like what years they won?
Yeah.
Would you know that?
I can look it up.
Because I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to even slightly understand this better.
Okay, I'm going through the Wikipedia. Where is it? It's looking like 2010 was one. 2002. Oh, this is going backwards. 2011. Why is this going so out of order? Oh, that's the BET Awards. Sorry. Okay, now I'm actually. Wait, these are the Billboard Music Awards. Where are the Grammys?
Oh my god.
Okay, here we go. Okay. 2000.
Mm-hmm.
2001.
Okay.
2003.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the rest of them? 2010 and 11.
Okay.
And I don't think I can find the other one, but I think the other one was around those times. So early 2000s and then like late 2000s and 2010s.
What the Oh my god. I'm disappointing myself right now and trying to think of I can't I'm just blanking. 6 times.
Let's take a shot in the dark at this point.
I know. I just fucking Wayne. I don't know. He's already been on here, but
It was
Lil Wayne.
one of the first rappers Jay listened to, Eminem.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's M on that one. Just the succession of that
6
that went
times.
down.
Yeah.
All right, one
fuck it.
question left each.
Give me the what's wrong.
I'm the biggest rapper. Google me, Expedia.
Oh fucking shit! Could you give me a flow on that one, please?
I'll do a bit of an impression. I'm the biggest rapper. Google me, Expedia. I will give another hint. Emphasis on big in a physical sense. No shade.
Is it Rick Ross?
It is Rick Ross.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I know that lyric, but I was like, the hint is really what was helpful. So yeah, I think you got to keep that as a category. Helps by
That's so funny.
That's dope.
Rick Ross has some. I can't find what song it was, but I think there was like a lyric or something. It's like, she thought I had a seizure. I told her April Fools. Or... Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Rick, there could be like a whole list of just Rick Ross bars that are just like, what?
Yeah, he's got some crazy
That are just hilarious to watch.
All right, this question.
Oh,
this is the
I
final
need us to win.
Yeah. Album of the year for 500.
Ba-ba-na-ba.
Name 3 Rap Album of the Year winners from the 2020s decade.
Ooh.
And just a reminder that technically it is albums that came out in 2019 can also count because
Okay.
and the names of the
Well,
albums.
Doechii. Wait, in the names of the albums?
Yeah, it's his name 3 rap album of the year. Oh, winners, I guess.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Oh.
I'll give you Doechii. I'll give you. Doechii.
Okay.
some artists I may not give it to you because they have multiple.
Would it be like Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale?
That is another. I don't know why I'm giving you them already.
You're like, "Yes?" Go on.
So, what was it? Oh wait, if 29 Igor by Tyler?
And that will do it.
Oh!
Ooh, yeah. King's disease.
And then also Tyler's other,
Call me if you get lost.
and then Killer Mike with Michael.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. I was like, what was 2023? And I forgot, like, no disrespect to Killer Mike in the slightest, but at the point in time, I was like, who? And then I was put on. And then I was immediately what is it?
Enlightenment.
Shown. Yeah, I was immediately enlightened.
Yeah, you needed to be led down the right path, my friend.
Yeah.
Mike will lead you there.
All right, so with a score of 1900 to 1675, Jimmy is the winner.
There's those damn
Rap
tweets.
Jeopardy.
Those damn tweets.
It really was. I would have been cooked. I knew I had to rely on my too much time on the internet.
It's always because of that damn phone, huh?
That damn phone.
Exactly. And that damn phone just won me this game.
Yeah.
Damn you, phone.
All right, well, yeah, thank you, Jay, for coming on.
Thank you for having me, guys. This was awesome. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Shout out your stuff. What's in the world of Jay?
Stuff. Sorry.
That was
like my social media and all that jazz.
Yeah, like what? Any things you're working on?
Oh man, actually, I took the summer off because I'm heading to grad school. I'm studying an MFA in acting at the California Institute of Art, so I'm really excited about that. My Instagram handle is the Notorious Jay. There's some dots in between the J and the A.
Yeah, we'll link it in the
and maybe a Y. I don't remember. And yeah, that's where I post all my stuff. You can see me fight with Temper Safe Tape from DoorDash. I seem to be doing that daily.
And then your crash out today.
Yeah, man, it just doesn't want to peel off clean, and it really bothers. It really bothers.
Put it over the label, like where you could put the straw in.
Safe to tamper with, but it ruins my life. Anyway, yeah. So that's where my social media is where I post all my my upcoming things if I got any. But as of right now, it's just getting ready to become a student again, which has been a really interesting mindset to try to fall into and get ready for. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds exciting.
Hey, thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us on the Weekly Listens podcast. Yeah, we got lots of guests coming up, and we got some great guests on already.
Hey, happy to be here. Thank you both for having me. This was awesome. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being our first guest.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thanks for talking about hip hop.
All right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Toodles.
Bye.